Hey girl, are your healthy habits all over the place or non-existent? Do you wish you could find true food freedom, move your body for joy, and really just talk a little nicer to yourself? If you have tried to habit hack your health, but the strategies you've tried just haven't worked for you in your busy lifestyle, then this podcast is for you. Hey, I'm Emily Nichols, habit and fitness coach, behavior change specialist, and Taco Tuesday enthusiast. Hey, I am here to tell you there is an easier way than what we've been taught about our health and our habits. How do I know? Well, because I've transformed my own life through habit hacking, and now my family gets the best of me, and I now help my clients do the same. I'm now going to teach you how to create healthy habits in less time, guilt-free for all seasons of your life. It's not your fault your habits haven't worked, my friend. We just have to do them differently. So, are you ready to feel empowered and transform your habits and life? Then let's do this. You're listening to episode 220 of Habit Hack Your Health. Hey friend, welcome back to the show. I hope you are having a great September so far. I have just been so excited about the Habit Hacking Masterclass Time Edition. If you didn't hear, last week we announced this free masterclass with the best of the best time experts. And these are just not like any time experts. They specialize in folks like you. You're busy. Okay, you're working, you're trying to do all the things, and you're running your kids cross-country shoes to them because they forgot to take them today. Oh, you forgot to call the dermatologist for that appointment that you needed to reschedule, and whoopsies, you forgot you were supposed to have dinner with your friends Friday night, and oh, where's my husband? I need some connection time with him, and oh, ding, 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 all of my inbox is driving me crazy. I got to answer all these emails and meet this work deadline, and oh my gosh, the laundry. Y'all, that is why women have to do habits differently. I know you don't have a lot of time. I get that. I feel that in my soul, in my bones, but that's why I created the Habit Hacking Masterclass. It's a streamlined free masterclass. It's a private podcast series where these ladies understand why women have to do habits differently. They are bought into my Atomic Habits for Women philosophy. We're going to give you some time strategies and give you some aha moments to help you start taking action to make time for your health. Okay? It's linked in the show notes, or just go to habithackingmasterclass.com to grab it for free. It's only available until September 24th. And friends, I've been thinking about this and praying about this a lot for the year. One of my core values as far as for the brand goes is collaboration. And I've been thinking all year of how I wanted to best collaborate with folks other than just having them on my podcast and doing podcast swaps, which are amazing. It's my favorite thing ever. But I was like, I have all these great women who get you. How about we create a free series where we can streamline some of your biggest challenges? So we're starting with mindset, and we're focused really on time for this one. In the new year, I'll be hosting a habit hacking masterclass every quarter. So look for a new one in the new year around food freedom. I'm thinking that one's going to be a meal prep one with the new year coming. I'm so excited for that. But go listen. We have some other surprises up our sleeves later on this month for you as well to help you take action creating time for you. But go listen. I'm so excited about this. Now, today we're talking about the top 5 ways a time inventory tracker will help you make more time. Now, before you listen to this episode, if you didn't listen to last Thursday, go listen to that, because on last week's Habit Hack, we talked about how to reframe the way you view time. Now today we're going to talk about how to take action, and using a time inventory tracker will actually help you make more time. Now, the first step inside of my habit hacking system that I teach inside of my signature program, the Healthy Habits Accelerator, is to find out the data, okay, the facts. Sometimes we get too caught up in our feelings, right? We're on our feelings. And what we think in our head, we start to believe as the ultimate truth, right? Where you're like, I'm so busy. I don't have time to even sit down and eat, or let alone try to go work out. We need to gather data and say, okay, well, is this true? where is all my time going? And a time tracker or a time inventory, I kind of use both words interchangeably, will allow you to not necessarily find more hours in the day. We all have the same 24 hours, right? But rather help you see where all that time is going for you personally. Now, this is a very eye-opening exercise for sure. I don't want you to do this activity and then feel ashamed of yourself. I've seen that happen with me personally and with the clients who go through some of my programming where they're like, oh my gosh, but it's such a like kick in the gut or punch in the gut. Gosh, that sounds violent. Where you're like, oh my gosh, look at all this time. I could be taking care of myself and like everyone's getting the best of me. So here are the top 5 ways a time inventory or tracker will help you make more time. And then at the end, I will share with you how to use a time inventory or time tracker. Okay? So number 1, using a time inventory or tracker will help you identify those time wasters. They can reveal where you're spending your time inefficiently or unproductively. It can really prompt you to try to eliminate or minimize those time-wasting activities, effectively really making more time for important tasks, which, in my opinion, taking care of yourself. Now, what is the number 1 time waster I find? Social media. Man, it is designed to suck you in. A little habit hack I've shared on the show before is I have a time limit set on Instagram and Facebook. I don't really need a time limit on Facebook, though. I don't like spending a lot of time on there. But as far as like Instagram goes, I get sucked into like the reels and watching funny dog videos and recipe videos, and I get sucked in. Or like funny like millennial mom like showing like girls talking about like an NSYNC reunion. Like I am sucked in, and what do you know? Like a half an hour's gone by, and I'm like, well, geez, I could have, probably listened to some of this or like scrolled while I was like sitting on my Peloton, right? So it's such a time waster, and I get it. It's designed to suck you in. But friend, if you sit down and you track like the amount of time you're spending on social media or any other time wasters, you're going to be like, okay, I can't say I don't have time where I'm really making like social media more of a priority than my health. No, we can't do that. So number 2, prioritization. So when you do a time inventory or tracker, you can identify like what are like the high priority tasks and allocate more time to that. So it really helps you focus on what truly matters, making better use of your available time. Like I know for me, like if I'm spending all my time on social media and I'm like, I'm not spending time with my kids, or I'm like sucked into like silly work tasks that really aren't generating anything for the company or for my brand, for example, I need to cut that loose because I want to spend more time with them. My son is 15. He's almost 16. I'm like, he's a sophomore. He's only going to be living here full time for 2 more years. Like I want them to know and feel that they are my priority and taking care of myself so I can do that for them. It's going to really help you prioritize what's the most important thing when you do a time inventory. Number 3, ask for help. Setting boundaries. You can see where there's some tasks that you are spending a lot of time on where you're like, oh, I can maybe ask a coworker to team up on this, or oh, I could ask my spouse to help out with folding the laundry, or my kids. My kids are finally old enough where they can do their laundry. Does my youngest fold it and put it away nicely? No, but it's clean. So it's good enough for me. It's good enough for him, right? When I see that I'm wasting so much time like folding laundry, I'm like, no. I'd rather like spend time taking care of myself and being with my family. So boom, they're going to help out with that. That doesn't take them any time, and it's going to have to be good enough, right? Number 4, optimizing your time. So this makes me think of routine blocking, which is a bonus workshop included with my Accelerator program. And that's like next level habit strategy. Once you start creating some habit loops in your day, kind of organizing some routine blocks throughout your day to make it feel a little more organized and not so like squirrel over here. Oh, now I'm over here. Now I'm over there, right? I know we've all felt that way. But time tracking kind of can really reveal some patterns in your day and work habits. So maybe you're more productive in the morning. I know I am. And I work best when I take care of my health. So maybe you'll see you're more productive when you work out at a certain time of day. You have better ideas in the morning versus later in the day, or maybe it's opposite for you, right? So you are armed with this information from a time inventory or tracker where you can be like, wow, I was killing it during this 2-hour block of time. What was happening before and after that allowed me to really optimize my time? And think of doing that from here on out, right? From 10 to 2, you were like, I am focused in on work. I am getting stuff done. I am feeling in control and productive. And then lastly, number 5, stress reduction. When you have a clear view of your time and where it's going, you can eliminate things from your calendar. You can say no. You can finally change your mindset and say, I do have the time, like we talked about on last week's Habit Hack Thursday. It can really relieve a little bit of stress for you when you can really look at the data and get the facts, not just the feelings, and be like, okay, I do have a little more time than what I'm making it seem like in my head. Let's habit hack this and make it a little smaller. Okay, so how do you use a time inventory or tracker? So first and foremost, go in with an open heart and mind and be honest with yourself. When you are writing down what you're doing in a day and how much time it takes, sometimes you don't even have to show this to anybody. You don't have to show. I don't ask for my clients to show it to me. I ask them when we do a one-on-one call, what did you find out? What was your biggest aha moments? And they'll spill what they want to spill to me, because I feel like it can be embarrassing if you're like, oh my gosh, I spent 2 hours doing this or that today, and that was not good for anyone's mental health, right? It's okay. So go in with an open mind, an open heart, and be honest with yourself. Okay. Now, I recommend everyone use one when they start my program. That's one of the first steps. It's just because we got to see where your time is going. So, or you can check in every quarter with yourself. I recommend this when I talk about the Healthy Habit Reset, when we're talking about my free masterclass, which is just basic habit strategy. Or use one yourself when you are just feeling like, oh my gosh, I have no time. Where's all my time going? Let's investigate and find out the data. You use it over 3 to 5 business days, right? See a normal schedule for you and do from the time you get up to the time your head hits the pillow to see where all your time is going. So you can do pen to paper. You can use a tracker, a digital tracker. We have a printable one. We have one that's compatible with Google Sheets or Excel in the Habit Hack Shop that's always linked in the show notes for you. And it has reflection questions at the end too. So it just doesn't do the data. It's okay, well, how does this make you feel? What are the time wasters? So on and so forth. And when you're adding up your time, be honest. Be oh, well, do it in real time. Just don't be oh, I think I spent 10 minutes on social media. As soon as you pick up your phone, you move on to a next task. Write it down the time you start. So maybe it was 10 a.m. Okay, 10:36, I was done. So you're okay, that was 36 minutes. Be honest, but don't shame yourself. Do not shame yourself or be ashamed. This is just a way for you to investigate and find out the data and get those facts versus the feelings to actually start making yourself a priority and finding that time. So take some time and reflect, like I said, on both of my habit inventory or time inventory trackers in my shop, the printable and digital one. I have reflection questions where you can ask yourself, what would you do at that time? How can you give that time back to yourself? How would it make other people around you feel if you're coming from a place where you're making them a priority because you feel in line with your own self and your health, and you're making everyone else around you feel and get the best of your energy? Gosh, there's nothing like that. Okay, so there's more on time creation strategies inside of the Habit Hacking Masterclass Time Edition. Go check it out before it's gone on the 24th. Remember, it's completely free. It's completely free. Plus, we'll have more ways to start taking action on creating time next week with these awesome experts that I'll announce later on the show. But friends, I'm so grateful for you being here and really changing the mindset that we have around time I know time is our most precious commodity, and I know you want to make the most of it, but starting with changing your mindset and tracking where all your time is going with a time inventory or tracker will help you get the most of your time and live your very best life, because you deserve to. You're so busy taking care of everyone else, you deserve to feel like you're nurturing everyone around you and that you're being nurtured as well. Okay, friends, everything I mentioned is linked in the show notes. I will catch up with you later this week. Hey girl, real quick before you go, did you know I have a secret podcast where I talk all about why most habit strategies don't work for us women? Spoiler alert, it's not our fault. Visit bit.ly/atomic habits for women. It's linked in the show notes to access my secret podcast series and have your biggest aha moment about why and how women have to do habits differently. And if you love the podcast, the number one way you can thank me is to leave a rating and review in iTunes. That way more mamas can find the show. Love and appreciate you, friend. We'll see you next time.